There's a woman in Paris, France, from Guinea. I should say there was a woman because she died. Her husband was violent towards her, and she called her family and she said, this is what's happening, and they counseled her to stay. You know what happened later on? He pushed her over the balcony, something like 10 floors down in Paris. She died, right? But she had reached out and she had told people what was going on in her relationship. So we need to stop saying to girls and women, oh, and we need to stop saving face. Oh, if I leave, what's going to happen? Big deal, you're going to save your life. The other thing is, I just want to center women, because I realize women have been sort of been pushed aside in the same way that we really don't have black women as part of our consciousness when we talk about violence. I also want to center women. When we talk about gender-based violence, I want to put women at the core, because statistics show that it's women who are predominantly abused by male intimate partners. So I want to do that. I don't want us to lose focus. The same way now that we just got sanitary napkins to be put in airports, and I imagine this architecture building. That just happened this year after something like 25 years of activism. That women need period supplies, and that period is a normal part of life. For women. So those are my thoughts, those are my meditations. Commission, old Jim Crow racist nasty head, old Jim Crow meaning racism, because so many of the black families, whether they were from North End Halifax or Africville or wherever, many of them whose houses were demolished and people lost their lives, did not get the relief from the Relief Commission. Did not get money, did not get a blanket, did not get the food, did not get whatever. And 102 years later, you have scholars at the Dalhousie Law School investigating that and calling for something to be done. Thank you, everyone. Thanks to Rana and the organizers for inviting me. It's a day of memorials. This morning we were at the Needham Park for the Halifax explosion memorial, 102 years since the explosion. And that explosion was really caused by, a capitalist patriarchal system, because it was in World War I, all that carnage in World War I. It could also be seen as a war crime against Canada, because when you look at the various letters that Prime Minister Borden was sending to England saying it's really not safe to have these ships with explosives in the harbor. The Halifax harbor is right next to residential areas. So even 2 years before the explosion, there was this feeling that it wasn't safe. And then 2 years later, it happened, right? So Canada mobilized a lot of resources to help Britain win the war in Europe.